Hi, Kerry here. Welcome to Moon in Libra. It's been a while since I've made a video actually. It's probably about a month or 6 weeks actually since I've made a video. I've recently got a new dog, Joey, who has joined the family, and I've been very focused on Joey over the last couple of weeks and helping him get settled. He's absolutely gorgeous. He's a whippet, and I'm absolutely besotted with him. And I've just not really felt like talking to the camera, to be honest with you. I'm working on the Hermit at the moment in my tarot series, and I've been in that energy, in that Hermit energy, and not really wanting to move on from there. So I'm going to get the Hermit video done soon and continue on with the tarot series that I'm doing. But today I just wanted to do a reading. It's the 10th of June 2021, and we have had, it's been and gone now, a partial solar eclipse today, and it's also new moon in Gemini. So there's really intense energies going on at the moment. So I'm just going to do a quick reading for the energies. But this week has definitely had a theme for me, and as it turns out, for a few other people that I know, other women who have been doing very similar work, unknowing that the other ladies are doing it as well. So the theme this week has been very much heart-centered, heart opening, heart healing, heart expansion, self-love, self-care, rose and goddess energy. And this week I have connected and invoked the goddess Aphrodite. And there's a bit of a story behind this whole Aphrodite thing. I'll try not to go into it too much, but I went to a mind, body and spirit fair at the weekend, and I was offering Jara healing, which is something else that I've been focused on lately. I've been completing my Jara practitioner training. So I went to a mind, body, spirit fair. I thought it was in Poynton, Shrewsbury, which is about 25 minutes away from where I am, but it was actually in Poynton, Stockport, near Manchester. So it was a bit of a drive, but it was fine. And while I was there, I met a lady who was telling me about a retreat that she is organising in Glastonbury, at the Daisy Centre in Glastonbury, and it just all sounds amazing. And she told me that Archangel Metatron is the orchestrator of this, like the overseer was the word that she used. He's the overseer of the retreat, and my face must have lit up. She said, "You've got Archangel Metatron's eyes." I was like, my goodness. I said, if you're going to give me a compliment, that's about the best compliment you can give me. And as we were chatting, she said, you know, every time Archangel Metatron's name is mentioned, your eyes just light up. It was really lovely, this conversation that I had with her, and I was completely hooked on going to this retreat. I'm going in August. I cannot wait. But she introduced me also to Aphrodite. And I had a couple, while I was talking to her, I had a couple of kind of epiphany moments, because the week before, leading up to the Mind, Body, Spirit event, I'd actually gone online and was looking for a spiritual retreat. I found a guy in Wales who does getting close to nature retreats, where he's got woodland in the back of his property, and he takes you into his forest, and you sleep you sleep on the floor while camping, and you fast for a day. Now I think I could manage the fasting, but I don't think I could manage the wild camping and sleeping on the floor. I don't mind a bit of glamping or sleeping in a yurt, but it was very basic, the setup that he had, intentionally, because it's intending to get you close to nature, but it just wasn't for me. But this retreat in Glastonbury is just perfect for me. So I'm going to this retreat. I couldn't believe it when she started talking about the retreat, having been actively searching for one just a few days before. And then she took me across to another little table that she had, and she had some crystals out, and she was giving them away to people who had a reading with her. She let me pick one, but one of the crystals that were in there was a rainbow aura quartz. It was absolutely gorgeous, and I couldn't believe it when I saw it, because for no reason at all, the day before this fair, just completely out of the blue, I went onto eBay and started searching for rainbow aura quartz, and I had no intention of buying one. I was just looking at all the different ones that you can get and thinking how gorgeous they look. And then I saw, she said, oh, I don't know why I put that in there today. I said, I know why you put that in there today. I said, I'm meant to meet you. So it was quite an amazing experience actually meeting this lady. But then she sprayed me with some Aphrodite spray, and I went all giggly. To be honest, I was like a little girl. I was just giggling away. She went, yeah, you just wait, you wait. I won't go into too much detail on what happened, but let's just say on the drive home, I kept seeing number plates with the number 69 on them, and it got to a point where there was a car in front of me with the 69 plate, and I said to my husband, I keep seeing license plates with the number 69 on, and just as I said it, another car overtook us and went next to that car that was in front of us with a 69 plate on it, and then another car overtook that one and went next to it with a 69 plate on it. So we had 3 cars right in front of us with 69 on it, and it was hilarious. But I said to my husband, because he's not spiritual at all, but I said to him, that's how spirit works. So I just felt like Aphrodite was calling to me, basically. This Aphrodite spray was making me feel quite sexy, and I decided I was going to focus on self-love, opening up my heart space, and work with Aphrodite's energy and the goddess energy. And you know, I was looking forward to this. I am looking forward to this Glastonbury healing retreat, because there's attunements to Aphrodite and there's goddess sister circles, and it's just going to be amazing. But I feel ready now to really connect to this goddess energy and the energy of the rose and the energy of love and passion and self-love. And it's just been an amazing week actually. It started with Reiki. I had a gorgeous Reiki session where I decided during that session that I was going to spend a week just focusing literally on me and what I want to be doing, and that's exactly what I've done this week. I made a self-love altar with a self-love spell jar this week. I helped my daughter make her own self-love spell jar as well. And this morning, yesterday I made up some incense with rose petals that I was grinding, and some resin and lavender, and there was some vetiver root, angelica root. There's loads, you know, I put quite a lot of herbs and stuff into this incense. And this morning I've invoked Aphrodite, and it was amazing. And the fire burned for so long I had to put a lid on it in the end. I had to put the lid on my cauldron and stop it from burning. So I've had a really good week actually, and I feel really good. I've been taking walks with my dog and walking really slowly, enjoying the sun, soaking it in, stopping to listen to the birds, stopping to look at the flowers, and just really, you know, allowing myself to enjoy my own company. I need this time on my own as well. My youngest daughter started school, and she was always home educated, so the peace and quiet has been like a balm, like a medicine to me. So I'm really enjoying that, and it feels right that she's at school now. I've still got my middle daughter with me at home, but my middle child takes care of themselves really, in terms of what they're learning about. They're very much self-led in terms of their learning, and we have a tutor as well. So, you know, it's much quiet. It's just so much quieter now that my youngest is at school. So anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. Oh, and the other thing that I wanted to say, actually, I'm not going to stop rambling just yet. It turns out that there's quite a few ladies that I know who are doing this same work, this heart expansion, and working with the energy of the rose and the energy of like soft pinks and self-love and self-care. It's a really beautiful energy. Right, anyway, I'm going to do a reading for this eclipse and the new moon in Gemini. So I've had one card jump out already, which is Sanctuary. Lots of purples and greens, lovely healing colours in there. And it says, a sanctuary resides inside you no matter what is happening. This inner temple beckons you to enter. Take a deep breath, enter, and sit down on the throne of your own heart. So we've got the heart energy coming in already. Sit down on the throne of your own heart. And that's exactly what I've been doing this week. Exactly. I've created a sanctuary in my home. Okay. Creative blocks. If you are an artist of any kind, you can offer all work to the divine. Making it God's alone, I offer this for the highest good to benefit the planet. Release me from any blocks and restrictions. May this serve all who need. So with this energy that's coming in with the eclipse, it's a new moon energy. So working on energetic blocks, clearing your chakras and cleansing your chakras and getting your energy back into alignment. It's the perfect time to be doing that. Trying to release any creative blocks. And these colours as well, the pinks and the greens, it's the heart-centered energy, the roses. If you have creative blocks, or if you feel energetic blocks within you, within your aura, then perhaps connecting into that heart-centered energy can help clear away those creative blocks and make sure that the work that you're doing is coming from the heart and something that you want to be doing as well. That's been a theme for me this week, doing what I want to do. And you know, if there's something that I really didn't feel I was wanting to do, I haven't done it. I just haven't done it this week, or for a while now actually. If there's something that I really don't feel like doing, unless I absolutely have to, I don't do it. I think sometimes that can be a block, creative block, when you're trying to create something that you feel you should be creating. You can bring that focus into your heart. Make sure all your work is coming from a heart-centered space. Okay, one more card, please. Health. Allow me, divine, to be tender and accepting of my body, no matter what ailments I may have. May I always know it's doing the best that it can. Help me be a loving ally and friend to this sacred form. Sometimes it's hard to love yourself when there's imperfections and when your body causes you pain, your body causes you distress. May I always know it's doing the best that it can. Compassion, having compassion for yourself, for your body. I'm gonna draw a couple more cards from this deck actually. I just love the images as well. Okay, two more. Trust. When love is invited to take over, right actions arise at the right time. Allow me, dear divine, to wait patiently until the timing is right. Let me rest in the unknown until a clear path is shown. When love is invited to take over, right actions arise at the right time. It's about trusting in divine timing. And then one more, please. Mistakes. Allow me to know it's okay to make mistakes. Let me always take care of the inner child so he or she feels loved no matter what. And yeah, inner child work is very much linked into the heart healing, heart expansion work. I was doing a lot of inner child work last week actually. And on the bottom here we've got the card of love. It's not about finding love, you are love itself. Help me, Lord, to send so much compassion and caring to the inner child that I always remember I myself am love. So inner child. So with the rose energy coming in, it may well be that there's some inner child work that comes up for people. Working on reparenting, bringing in that goddess energy, which is unconditional love, and unconditional love for your inner child. I've got two cards that mention the inner child. Mistakes and love. It's allowing yourself to make mistakes. Finding it in yourself to forgive mistakes that you've made in the past, other people's mistakes. Recognising that people who have hurt you quite possibly didn't even recognise or know or understand or comprehend what it was that they were doing to you, how their actions were making you feel. I was watching Cobra Kai last night. Me and my husband have been watching this. It's the remake of the well, it's not a remake. It's the Karate Kid, and it's all the characters in the Karate Kid today, and they're all meeting up again, and the past is all being brought up again. They're going over things that have happened. They're finding, you know, they're resolving past issues and past conflict and things like that. There was Elizabeth Shue. We didn't know whether Elizabeth Shue was actually going to appear in it for some time. She kind of kept it to herself whether she was going to agree to be in the show, but she eventually agreed to do it. So she was in it towards the end of series 3, and there's a bit where she says she's talking to Danny and Johnny, and they obviously having a pop at each other, and she says, you know, there's actually 3 sides to this story. There's your story, and there's your story, and then there's the truth. And I think that can be said for a lot of people. You know, everybody's got their own perspective on things, and quite often it's not actually anything like what the truth is. Yeah, so allow me to know it's okay to make mistakes. Let me always take care of the inner child so he or she feels loved no matter what. And I just feel like it's not just your own mistakes that you need to be allowing for. It's the mistakes that other people have made that have perhaps caused you pain. Allow them to make their mistakes as well. And it's about stepping up into the goddess energy. The goddess energy is adult energy, you know. The goddess is the mother energy. The goddess nurtures the inner child. It takes responsibility for the inner child. Sends compassion and care into the inner child. And reminds the inner child that you don't have to look outside of yourself to find the love that you need. Okay, I'm going to go to Archangel Metatron, see what Metatron's got to say about these eclipse energies. I've got when love takes over, yeah, yeah. That song's in my head now. When love takes over, when love is invited to take over, right actions arise at the right time. Allow me, dear divine, to wait patiently until the timing is right. Let me rest in the unknown, the void. Rest in the void until a clear path is shown. We're in the new moon energy now. It's a good time to be going into that void energy, the restful energy, the reset energy. Okay, Metatron, what do you want to say? Transformation, light and dark, eclipse energy. The shadow comes in to block the light, but it's momentarily, temporary. The shadow, having to deal with the shadow is inevitable. If you can't deal with your shadow, then you can't ever step into this energy. You gotta acknowledge this part of you. Work through your shadow side in order to step into this transformative energy. That's how you transform. That's how you evolve. That's how you grow. Action, movement needed. Movement needed. Okay. Taking care of your body. Maybe this links into the health. There's a focus on our health as well. Make sure you're taking care of your body, getting some exercise. Priorities, building blocks for life. So this card is about finding balance. Making sure you've got the foundations solid and strong at the bottom in order to build upon it. See what else comes out. What else is in this tray? Making your health a priority. I think Metatron's really trying to tell us that our health, our bodies, need to be a priority at the moment. Making sure you're eating well, eating good food, getting some exercise every day. This is my lesson that I need to learn as well. It's one of the reasons that I got a dog. What else, Metatron? This eclipse energy. Family, circles of life. I'm getting quite emotional actually, because this card's, I wanted this to be a collective reading, but this card is reminding me of my mum, my nana. It's the goddess energy coming down the ancestral lines. My sister posted a video of my mum and my nana leaving a family party. It was years ago that this video was made. I just feel like my mum and my nana with me. The goddess energy coming in. That self-love, the rose energy. Review and reflection, time out needed. Sanctuary. Creating in a sanctuary within your heart. I've definitely taken time out this week. How many cards do we have? And take one more from Metatron deck, please. The Eclipse energy. Kundalini. Kundalini energy. This is about balance to me. Finding balance. Sorry, I'm feeling really emotional. That card's just made me feel really emotional. I just feel like it's my mum and my nan coming in, opening up my heart space, but I'm trying not to get too emotional with it. Yeah, the Kundalini energy to me is about balance. I've been doing some research on the vagus nerve. Today, actually, this morning, I was reading some articles on the vagus nerve and the pituitary gland, and theories that the vagus nerve, because the vagus nerve extends from your brain in the same area as roughly where your Alta Major chakra is. It's the only nerve that has two sides to it. It's got a left and a right side. And the article that I was reading explained that the Kundalini energy, which can be depicted and has been depicted in ancient art as two dragons. I'm just going to go and get a picture. Sometimes it's quite often depicted as snakes, two snakes. This is the book I'm reading at the moment, Dr. Joe Dispenza, Becoming Supernatural. It's a good book. I've only just started it, but it's quite good. And this image here is also a depiction of the vagus nerve. So we've got the two snakes, and which can also be seen as the Kundalini energy. So we've got one snake which represents the male energy, fiery energy, or in some ancient texts the fire dragon. And then we've got the female snake or dragon, which represents the water energy. So we've got the male and the female. This acorn here represents the pituitary gland, and then the wings represent, this is our crown chakra, and then this is enlightenment and spirit, and probably our higher chakras as well. and the column that goes down the middle represents our spinal cord. So this is a depiction of Kundalini energy, and this is why, to me, it represents balance. There's some really interesting articles online. I would recommend Googling the vagus nerve and the pineal gland and just reading some of the articles that come up. Really interesting stuff, actually. It talks about how it's depicted in Egyptian art as well, with the Eye of Horus and the Eye of Ra. When you place them together side by side, it represents the vagus nerve, each side of the vagus nerve. So yeah, I won't go into that anymore, but that's what the Kundalini represents to me, Kundalini energy. The point is that it's about balance. Now, when I invoked Aphrodite today, I used my cauldron. It's only a small cauldron. It's in the sink because what happened was I burned my incense that I'd made yesterday, and it just kept burning and burning and burning. I thought it was going out at one point. It had been burning for about 10 minutes, and it looked like it was going to go out, which is about as long as incense normally burns for me, really. It was one that I made up. I ground it up yesterday with some resin and herbs and flowers and some vetiver root and things like that. But the point is that it was burning. It went out, and then it just kept coming back to life again, and it kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And after an hour, I mean, I've got a. Did I? Oh no, I had like a. It looked like the cauldron was dripping. I had a black mark underneath it, and I was aware that it was getting really hot. So I thought I need to turn this fire off, basically. So I had to kind of temper the fire, and to me it was actually really symbolic, because obviously you've got the fire in the air with the incense burning. You've got the element of fire, the element of air. There's also the element of earth in there, and the element of water, because it was being held in a cauldron. But the fire, the masculine energies, were just getting a little bit out of control. The fire was getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I needed to temper it. So I got the lid to the cauldron, which to me represented the element of earth, and I put it on, and the fire went out. And then I got my oven gloves and I moved it into the kitchen, and I put it under the sink and ran it under the water. So that was symbolic to me, because I was using the feminine energies to temper the masculine energies, because, you know, balance. It's all about balance. You can't allow one side of you, the masculine or the feminine side, to overpower the other side. The Kundalini energy needs to rise steadily, with both the masculine and feminine energies rising simultaneously. So to me, this card is representing vagus nerve, balance. The vagus nerve regulates the fight and flight response, but it also regulates the parasympathetic nervous system, which regulates relaxation. It has branches that go down through your body and connects to all of your organs, all of your major organs, right the way down to your gut. So the vagus nerve connects your brain, your crown chakra, your third eye chakra, your ultra major chakra, all of your chakras, all the way down to your base chakra and into your gut. So it's a really powerful part of our anatomy to be working with, and I find it fascinating, to be honest with you. And it says untapped energy as well, untapped energy. So I think perhaps this eclipse this eclipse and this new moon might be time where some of this energy is actually tapped into and released. But this is the way that you do it, by going in, creating your inner sanctuary, taking time out, making the time for yourself, for your own healing, to do the things that you love, to do what makes you happy, taking care of our health, taking care of our bodies, exercise, eating right, loving our bodies even when they cause us pain, even when they cause us inconvenience, sickness. When there's things that you want to be doing and your body just won't allow you to do that. Trusting that things are still happening in divine timing. Allow me to wait patiently until the timing is right. Let me rest in the unknown. Rest in the unknown. And go in to your inner sanctuary. Go into the void. Family. Connecting to your ancestors, particularly on the maternal ancestral line, calling in their energy, forgiving mistakes that they might have made in their past, recognizing that they're human too, that they have, I say, a right. Do we all have a right to make our own mistakes? Recognizing that these mistakes, although they may have hurt you, it's quite possible that they didn't have an inkling of what it was doing to you. And remembering that there are three sides to every story: your side, their side, and then the truth. And focusing on connecting to the heart space to remove blocks, whether they be creative blocks or energetic blocks, blocks that have been there for years, decades, maybe past lives, karmic blocks. And allowing transformation to occur. Light and dark. I'm going to draw one more card from the Ganesha deck. Just one card from Ganesha, please. Oh, that fell out. Delight. Delight. Ganesha. Concentration. This card came out for me this morning as well. Concentration. Focusing on concentration. I think that card's for me. That came out earlier. Delight. Ganesha brings the energy of joy to end the reading. And it's the essence of heart-centered work, really, isn't it? It's finding what makes you feel that delight, what makes you feel joy, and doing that. That's the essence of self-love. I'm going to go to the book, because this deck often has some really lovely things written up in it. We are born with the gift of laughter. Laughter is a natural medicine. Laughter can be helpful in ways you might not have realised or imagined. A simple laugh can help you feel better about yourself and the world around you. If you are looking at situations too seriously, try to find some humour. This will remind you to stay centred, to be grateful for what you have. Laughter can be a natural diversion and can help to break up stagnant energy. When you laugh, no other thoughts come to mind. Laughing may also induce physical changes in the body. This is vagus nerve stimulation as well, getting into the energy of joy and laughter. I'm pretty sure laughing is one of the ways to stimulate your vagus nerve. Laughter and humour can give you such amazing energy. A good hearty belly rumble can dispel stale negative energy and enable you to see life from a higher perspective. If you want more pep and humour in your life, work with Ganesha, asking him to support you in finding joy in life in new ways. There are actually some stories that tell that Ganesha was born from Shiva's laughter. Ask Ganesha to help you lighten up through laughter. By doing so, you may receive some immeasurable benefits. By having a more light-hearted approach to all things that come your way, you might even feel healthier. Laughter really is the best medicine. So there, we're going to leave that. We're going to leave it there with Ganesha's advice. And bring joy into your life. Joy and laughter and love. Okay, so that's the reading for 10th of June 2021. If you've watched this far, then thank you. Appreciate it. And give me a like, maybe a comment. Subscribe to me if you're not subscribed. And yeah, just a little bit of communication, a little bit of connection always makes me feel good. So thanks very much. Take care. Bye.